While this is loading, can I answer any questions?
So it seems like a lot of opportunities kind of land in your lap. How do you decide which opportunities and which ideas to actually follow through on?
You know, that is a really hard thing. And we still struggle with that, frankly. It's, you know, we end up with kind of a lot of, you know, I definitely like to cultivate inbound, right? You know, I mean, it's a very uphill battle to, you know, have the thing that you're trying to sell and going, please, you want this, really? You know, being able to have inbound is really special, but it's also can be really distracting. If you have a theory of how the world should be, you know, we often try to have those inbound things check minimally two of three boxes. So we never raised money. So we basically cash flowed, you know, projects and then invested into the stuff that we loved. And the filter that we would use was, does this thing pay us to build, you know, as basically paid R&D. We have something we want to build. Can we get somebody else to pay for it? So, hey, brand, we want to build this. We want to play with VR. We would love to. We will build this thing for you, IndyCar. And as a result, we ended up with you know, understanding the whole pipeline process, video stitching, all of the kind of stuff on their dime. Did it again for the NFL and the NBA and the Olympics. And by the time we were done, we had like a solid team and a whole process for how to build that. And now we can go and now we can sell that. It's a tool. It's a service for us. And we are now pitching our own original content, but didn't have to sort of go through all of the expense of building that to start. So that's filter one. Filter two. Are they willing to market us alongside them? We're not just a vendor. We are a partner. And then now they're offsetting our marketing costs. So one, they're offsetting R&D costs. Next, they're offsetting marketing costs. And then the last one is it ridiculously high margin? Because then they're basically paying for us to do all sorts of other stuff.
What kind of, I know a lot of people are doing surveys and customer discovery and customer feedback and all that validation. What kind of feedback things do you do for this? Obviously, there's fun value and excitement.
We try to put things out as often as possible. As we, you know, that whole lean startup, try, fail, iterate, blah, blah, blah. We just try to get everything out as fast as possible. Because oftentimes, you know, the stuff that is super hard and whatnot is the last 20%. You could really get a lot, you know, to know that we even have a good idea here. You know, I mean, that early Rock Band for Space Battle thing was such a good example. Like, we could have known in a week that it was a terrible idea. You would play, yeah. Well, so you know, I can't wait to see the version. We're gonna like retool it maybe as a tank game, and I think that'd be more fun. You know, just get it out of 3 axes and into 2. You know, yeah. But engaging as early as often, and with the public, as you know. So we'll go to art galleries. We're actually in one of the biggest artist communities in the world, and so they have an art walk. We'll open up our doors, but trying to engage with people as often as possible has been really valuable.
By the way, this was amazing.
Oh, thanks. Wow.
Space.
Yep.
So where do you see yourself in terms of that vision?
I completely agree. Both. You know, I would do. You know, I try to expose myself to tons of stuff, but then almost like the Walden approach, like, hey, now completely separate. You know, I don't know if it's Bill Gates, but a couple of those guys will literally, you know, get off the grid completely for a month or more. You know, and I think that's also, you know, you also need that time to reflect and strategize and be, you know, the no battle plan survives engagement with the enemy means you have a plan. You know, like you have a plan and you just are open to modifying it as you learn more. You know, and so I think you definitely need both sides. The sort of lots of input and now craft a strategy and reflect and whatnot.
I would love to know. Thank you for the talk. I would love to know more about like all the cool stuff you do with the students and with kids and stuff. Because I had an idea yesterday about creating like some kind of like physical box with activities inside, delivered to kids like every month, teaching about entrepreneurship, innovation, and stuff.
So very neat idea.
I don't know. I haven't researched anything yet. I probably use Wonder.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, so I would definitely do the research. There are some kits and some sort of Birchbox approaches like that. Again, you know, we were talking earlier. Someone was saying this is, you know, some of this stuff's already been done, and I have this PhD computer scientist friend of mine who says the time between when he finds out something's already been done, that he thinks of something and finds out it's already been done, is shrinking, right? And pretty soon he's going to be sort of ahead of that. But I actually don't really think it should be too dissuading if you find out something's already been done, right? Because oftentimes if you haven't heard about it, they're probably doing a terrible job, you know? Like they're not marketing it well, they're not, you know. And so it's almost like validation that there's a market for the thing that you're talking about. So for us, we built a curriculum that we train teachers with on how to incorporate STEAM into their coursework. And so we have it as basically a two-part system. The events are loud. They get marketing. They're sexy. People want to talk about it. It has a powerful lightning rod. And then the real impact comes through that curriculum and the sort of ongoing program that can be deployed around it. And so for us, it's a whole ecosystem. We have a few things happening, around home solutions. People will be able to take versions of this home and like sort of large scale media. So that the event will be sort of the tip of the spear for the 1% of the people who are the most engaged, the most excited. And then there'll be a whole set of other content to sort of support that. I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you go to the ungrappling, whatever it was, of the ET game?
I did.
I just watched the documentary, that's why I'm curious.
Although I do have a picture of one of them, if you want to see. A friend of mine runs games for Dave & Buster's, and he ended up getting one with the authenticated thing and everything.
Who's your dad?
My dad is an inventor and a game maker also. Yeah. Okay.